तरह के टूरिज्म जैसे मेडिकल टूरिज्म, इको टूरिज्म, हेरिटेज टूरिज्म, बिजनेस टूरिज्म, हॉस्पिटैलिटी सेक्टर और ग्लोबल ब्रांडिंग भारत की बढ़ाने में ये बिल बहुत महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाएगा, इसका मुझे विश्वास है। निवेश और रोजगार के क्षेत्र में भी इससे बहुत फायदा होगा, जीडीपी को बढ़ाने में भी बहुत फायदा होगा और मान्यवर आजादी के 75 साल के बाद आज भारत का सॉफ्ट पावर पूरी दुनिया में डंका बजाने का काम किया है, वो गति और भी तेज हो। जब मैं सॉफ्ट पावर की बात करता हूं तब हमारा योग, हमारे उपनिषद, हमारे वेद, हमारी आयुर्वेद और हमारी ऑर्गेनिक खेती की सिस्टम, ये आज पूरी दुनिया इसके पर बड़ी आशा की नजरों के साथ देख रही है। रोगों का दमन करने की जगह रोग न हो ऐसा मानव शरीर बनाना, ये हमारा बहुत पुराना विचार था, जो आज पूरी दुनिया को आकर्षक लगता है कि रोग होने के बाद इसका दमन करने की जगह इसको आने ही न दे, इस प्रकार की जीवन पद्धति को विकास करेगा। सुरक्षा के दृष्टिकोण से विदेश से ड्रग कार्टेल, घुसपैठियों की कार्टेल और हथियारों का और एक प्रकार से देश के अर्थतंत्र को खोखला करने वाला हवाला व्यापार करने वाले, ये सभी को इसके अंदर हम समाप्त करने की भी व्यवस्था एक प्रकार से करेंगे। और मान्यवर
Union Home Minister Amit Shah replying to the discussion on the Immigration and Foreigners Bill in the Parliament there. We'll come back to it in just a bit. Meanwhile, it's time for a short break here.
Hello, Moto.
Motorola Edge.
He sold most of his stock, 80%, as on that date.
We have requested the management to come and speak to us. They asked us, what questions will you ask? We've sent it to them. They don't want to answer it, so then let's put it to our viewers as well.
7 key questions, right? How is it that 2,000 crore goes unnoticed by all of these auditors?
Is seeking more information on the trades and the all the transaction which has happened from the exchanges, both NSE and BSE.
The Reserve Bank of India's supervisory officers, they are seeking compliance reports on their foreign currency borrowings by these banks.
The DSS is actively engaging with the Reserve Bank of India to sort of ensure the thorough examination of the matter. And
IndusInd Bank, as part of its internal review, had found that certain aspects of its derivatives portfolio was not meeting the standard that was set by the Reserve Bank of India.
I've been reporting on all issues, big and small, from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, rest of South India, bringing you all the action, all that you need to know, all that you want to know.
The energy of Maximum City is infectious. I bring in that energy in our news coverage from financial capital, Mumbai.
Covering from the southernmost part of India over the last 23 years, I bring in-depth and 360-degree coverage from the Dravidian heartland.
The land of Mishti is also known for its bitter politics. I have seen much water flow under the Howrah Bridge, covering Bengal in all its vivid colors.
How often have you turned away from debates that descend into endless fights? We bring you a show where every question is answered, where every debate finds its resolution, where every story finds its conclusion, where opinions collide but facts prevail.
where stories unfold with insights and trust. When the noise ends, the last word begins.
Do you really know the company you invest in? What is the real picture behind presentations and claims? Is the outlook as rosy as the company claims? Know Your Company, powered by NDTV Profit Research, shines a light on the biggest stock market movers.
Hello and a very warm welcome to all of you to the NDTV Food Awards 2025.
In today's interconnected world, India's voice is more crucial than ever. When India speaks, the world listens. At NDTV World, we are that voice, bringing you intelligent and insightful news from India and beyond. From geopolitics and diplomacy to economic shifts, migrations, tech disruptions, and the stories of our diaspora. We cover the news that shapes our global future. NDTV World, your new home for global news, is here.
The India-US strategic partnership is one that's been developing now over the last several decades, and there's a great sense of optimism over here in India that it is headed in a particular direction. To tell us a little bit about that, and there are so many important global events taking place, Tulsi Gabbard with us, the Director of National Intelligence. It's wonderful to have you here in India, and thank you so much for speaking to us. In terms of the strategic relationship and the intelligence arrangements between India and the United States, to what extent is it premised on perhaps an expansionist or an expanding China and the Asia-Pacific region?
You know, the ties between our two countries, the United States and India, go very, very far back. And so what we're continuing to see is a strengthening of that partnership and recognizing that the mutual interests of both of our countries are centered around peace, prosperity, freedom, and security. So now as we see a new administration coming in with President Trump's leadership in the United States, of course, Prime Minister Modi's long-standing leadership here in India, we have two leaders of our two great countries who are very good friends and who are very focused on how we can strengthen those shared objectives and those shared interests.
So in a sense, it's taking forward what we already have in terms of the strategic partnership, and that's one of your primary goals, right?
It is.
And how were your meetings to that end?
It is. I've been having great meetings, and of course this began with Prime Minister Modi's visit to President Trump in Washington, D.C., very shortly after he was inaugurated back into office for a second term, where they really set the tone and set the vision for where a stronger U.S.-India partnership and friendship can lead to. And so my visit here is really predicated on the work that has already been done, and I've been having great conversations with my counterparts here in the Indian government. I just met with the Minister of Defense a few minutes ago, and looking forward to visiting with Prime Minister Modi here later today.
And you met the Prime Minister in Washington as well some time back. How did that go? I mean,
it was,
we saw the pictures.
It was great. I had the opportunity to meet him several years ago. It was good to see him again. And
Hello, Moto.
One of your primary concerns and one of your primary responsibilities is to deal with the threat of terror. And at the moment, we see a great deal of that out of Yemen. We see attacks on shipping taking place, and we see the United States being very much on the offensive. Is that a prelude for something larger, perhaps even a ground offensive going forward?
I mean, you look at President Trump's leadership going back through his first term as president, he has been and remains very committed to combating and defeating the threat of Islamist terrorism that not only affects the United States, the American people, our own safety and security, but it is affecting so many people in different parts of the world. We can
University not to invite any political functionary to programs organized by the institution. The Calcutta High Court has directed the Jadavpur University on the violence that erupted earlier. High Court has made it clear that no political leaders are to be allowed in the campus and functions, if are to be held at the university campus, should be done with participation of academicians only. Well, this is the big breaking news now coming in. My colleague Shreyasi is also now joining us on the broadcast here. She's getting us more details there. Shreyasi, what more do we know about the Calcutta High Court's directions to Jadavpur University?
Well, the Chief Justice bench of the Calcutta High Court was hearing a plea filed in this violence that had taken place inside the Jadavpur University campus on the 1st of March. Remember, the Education Minister had, been injured in that scuffle that broke out between his entourage and the students of Jadavpur University, and there was complete chaos within the campus. So the PIL that was filed today was being heard by the Chief Justice bench, and the Chief Justice of the Calcutta High Court has made it clear, directing the Jadavpur University, that since the atmosphere within the campus is not conducive, no political leader should be invited for any programs or seminars within the campus, and only academicians past and present should be taken into consideration when seminars are held. The Calcutta High Court also asked the Jadavpur University what measures have been taken to ensure the safety and security of students, teaching and non-teaching staff of the campus, and has asked the university and the state of West Bengal to file an affidavit within the next 3 weeks. But a big, direction coming in from there, because we have seen time and again politicians inside Jadavpur universities, including ministers, they're participating in various programs. But essentially, after today's direction from